WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Good evening, I'm Tommy Lopez. We're starting tonight with a lawsuit. A woman who used to work at Mississippi State is suing the university and faculty members. It's a discrimination lawsuit for racial and sexual harassment. This is Elois Smith. She says people used racial slurs at her, made sexual comments. This was while she was working as a family consumer science agent at MSU. She filed a complaint with the school. She says before the school fired her, someone offered her a raise to drop her complaints. We have more details on this story online on our website, WCBI.com. New at 10 tonight, some good police work in New Albany gets a large amount of drugs off the streets. It lands 2 people behind bars this week. Narcotics officers got a tip that an alleged dealer may be moving weed and meth through town. You're seeing some of what they found here. They identified a suspect. They found out he had outstanding warrants in Texas. Police served the warrants, and a search uncovered 10 pounds of pot, 20 grams of crystal meth, and $3,500 in cash. That's who they arrested, John L. Pryor and Francis Randall. Pryor is charged with possession and intent to sell, plus the warrants from Texas there. His bond is $50,000. Francis Randall is charged with possession with intent. Her bond is $10,000. We've been sharing news throughout the day today about the arrest of an Ole Miss football signee. New Hope native Tykeon Reed. He was arrested on Tuesday. And we learned tonight that 2 other people are facing a charge in that same incident, 2 people under the age of 18. Reed is 19. He's facing a burglary charge. The Lowndes County Sheriff's Department says he allegedly broke into a home and he stole more than 10 guns. The case is still under investigation. The department says there may be other arrests in this case. Reed's bond is $10,000. Many people know him from this video. Our camera was there last month on signing day when he did that. He threw a Mississippi State hat away from him after originally committing to Dan Mullen's program. He chose that Ole Miss hat instead, committing to the Rebels. That video went viral. Reed was a 3-star recruit coming out of high school, a defensive lineman as far as position. An Ole Miss spokesperson says the university is gathering facts on the situation surrounding his arrest. Lowndes County investigators have charged a man in connection with abused pets they found. 47-year-old Anthony Cochran is facing an animal cruelty charge. They say a dozen dogs were living in poor conditions in Lowndes County. Someone had chained them up and they didn't have enough food or water. One of the dogs recovered from that scene was a German Shepherd named Fiona. She was one of the lucky ones. Last week, they reunited her with her owner, Ellen Gregory, in Lowndes County. They're going through the recovery process right now, and they're getting to know each other again.
It was a completely different dog. You know, she didn't recognize me. You see these videos on Facebook and you expect a beautiful reunion, and she didn't recognize me. She had gone through so much trauma and abuse that she was scared. You know, you went to go touch her and she would cower down.
She went missing, Fiona did, when she was 6 months old. She's now a little over a year. Some pictures that are tough to look at there. When she was rescued, she weighed less than 40 pounds and tested positive for heartworms. We have more on this story of Fiona and Ellen's story. You can see that on our website, WCBI.com. We're turning now to our weather tonight. Meteorologist Jacob Dickey is in with us. And Jacob, some storms today, but they've cleared out now.
Yeah, Tommy, it really came in like a lion here to start off March. This is footage that we captured while traveling out in Clay County. Look at all that heavy rain there covering US 45. And then we switch here to Monroe County. Lots of precipitation out there that we saw. It was really stormy at times, too. Check out this lightning bolt that we got there. And there it is. We saw those storms all across northeast Mississippi today. It was really clear here right now. We've cleared out. That cold front, though, has pushed off to the south and to the east. Coming up, we'll talk about the storms that have left the area, as well as how we turn to a lamb for the next couple of days.
All right, Jacob, thank you. To some inspiring history. 3 foot soldiers in the fight for civil rights. They were at Mississippi State talking about a pivotal movement in the struggle in Mississippi. James Meredith, Flauncey Brown Wrights, and Hollis Watkins, they led a panel discussion tonight. on Meredith's 1996 March Against Fear. A 200-plus mile trek, it was from Memphis to Jackson through a turbulent Mississippi. 2 days into the march, Meredith was shot. Others, though, continued that project. Many of them were young people. It's a group the trio says should lead the way today.
I think it's huge because you hear stories about people like this and you know, all that they've done for Mississippi, for African Americans, for civil rights, and it's special.
The MSU Society of African American Studies sponsored tonight's program. The need to feed the homeless community is still a concern for people in Tupelo. Earlier today, the Salvation Army held its 19th annual Empty Bowl Luncheon to help raise funds and awareness. Our Quentin Smith was there.
Dozens of people piled into the Tupelo Furniture Market with empty stomachs and an appetite for some soup. But while these people were enjoying their meals, poverty continues to be an issue in the community.
It's a significant concern. A lot of people don't see it because the population is dispersed somewhat, but there's a big homeless community in Salvation in the Tupelo area, and the Salvation Army is the only homeless shelter in the northeast Mississippi area.
Even children, I mean, that, you know, families here in Tupelo that need groceries, that just need food to get them by for the end of the month even.
Katrina Patey has been a member of the Salvation Army for 9 years now, and she believes the hunger problem is continuing to grow because the city is continuing to grow.
As cities grow, needs arise, and it's just like any big city. We're, you know, we're not a little small town, and Tupelo's growing, so it's a growing problem that we're trying to tackle.
Determined to put an end to this growing problem, the Salvation Army kicked off its annual Empty Bowls Luncheon to help shed light on this issue.
That is the main mission, yes. It is to raise money for their food program and bring awareness to the hungry, just right here in Tupelo.
But unfortunately, decreasing the poverty rate is something that won't happen overnight. But Patey says one way to help end this cycle is for people to
help. That's it. Just volunteering, helping us, getting involved. If clubs and organizations you don't know a whole lot about, contact them and just, you know, ask them, what can I do to help?
One of the ways that to help is to find out what the needs of the people are, why they're in the situation that they're in, and address those needs to help reverse and end their situations.
Quentin, thank you. So it's called the Empty Bowl Luncheon. All the attendees there, they got an empty bowl. It's to help remind them of all the empty bowls they're helping to fill with their support and donations. A third-grade teacher in West Point is giving her students a platform. Amanda Payne requires her students to stand up and answer questions during class. This is our Educator of the Week. Payne also incorporates music to get the kids motivated. She says it's never too early to teach public speaking to students and gives them confidence that will stick with them throughout school.
I think public speaking is so important, and it's a hard skill, and if we start it young, they'll start to feel more confident, and they'll know what they have to say has importance and it has meaning to it. And so getting up in your chair and standing up and addressing your peers is a huge thing for them.
To nominate a teacher, visit our website, WCBI.com.
Many of us had some storms today, and oops, left that up there. Here's some viewer pictures that we've got across the area. Linda Horn here sent this picture of some damage as well as some hail that we saw. Coming up, we'll talk about those places that get impacted, as well as in the future what we can expect as we get a quiet start to March.
WCBI's Educator of the Week is brought to you by Food Giant, where your neighbors are the owners. Forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
Long day in the Weather Center here. Here's some of our storm reports from today that we've had. We had golf ball size hail in Manatee, a lot of quarter and $half size hail, even some buildings and trees damaged near Center Ridge. This is all part of a complex system that came through. We had about a dozen reports in northern Mississippi in our area, but all across the area then we had lots of reports in places like that. And there's been so many reports that we've had. We've had over 1,200 reports across the United States. It's all part of this potent system that's come through here. Here's that system there. We've got this low pressure system. This is yesterday at lunchtime. And as this kicked off to the north, watch how those storms really erupt on us there. And we're just kind of struggling here a little bit with the computer. Here we go. We're getting it moving here. As that system kicked off to the north then, those storms really fired up. We didn't get the storms until earlier this morning. And as we got those here into our area by Wednesday morning at 9 a.m., that's when we really started this morning to see the storms. And they quickly pushed on through as that cold front slid to the south. Now we've got the cool wind behind it there. We also had a great sunset here in Columbus. Look at that. That's beautiful out there. Really nice evening for us here. So it's a lot cooler outside right now, but really enjoyable as we go through that there. This computer is just giving me something else to work with today. Right now the winds is going to be the big story for us. As we look across the area, winds are anywhere between 10 to 15 miles an hour out of the north, and that's really cooling us down quite a bit. The temperatures there now in the low to mid-50s. We can see this is a lot cooler than yesterday, anywhere from 15 to 20 degrees cooler thanks to that north wind. It's also much drier out there because of that north wind. More seasonable, lots of sunshine, and several chilly nights ahead for us. And this is where we've got the forecast lows. We'll wake up tomorrow. Columbus will be at 39, 37 in Calhoun City, low 40s to the south. It's going to be quite a bit chilly. Hey, Amory, how about you guys? 40 by 8 a.m. there. By the time we get to lunch, we're at 50 and into the 60s. Now, Futurecast here is really going to show these north winds. Look at those blue lines. We do get another weak front to come through on Friday, and as that slides on through, then the high pressure is going to keep spinning some of that cooler air into our area. We finally get a little bit warmer into Saturday and into the weekend. It's going to be quite nice out there once we get that high pressure off to the east. Looking at the 7-day forecast there, by gosh, it works this time. 60 degrees on Thursday, 59 on Friday. The weekend is a great time to get outside. Do get some storm chances into next week, but we're not totally certain on what that'll look like. But we think that's a safe bet that perhaps a few of us could see at least a shower or a rumble of thunder.
Okay, before then, though, the weekend looks very nice for outdoor plans.
Really, absolutely, it does. So get outside and enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Jacob, thank you very much. The road to the big house is getting shorter. High school basketball championship action, it's heating up, and we have a recap later on tonight. Stay with us.
Watching WCBI News at 10 with Tommy Lopez.
So our Health Talk with Baptist segment. Cardiac rehab is a treatment plan for people suffering from heart disease. Tonight, Baptist talks about what program they have to offer for heart patients.
Hi, I'm Derek Forster, Director of Cardiac Services here at Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle. Tonight we will discuss what cardiac rehab offers to those who have suffered a cardiac event. When you begin cardiac rehab, you will receive an assessment of your personal risk factors for heart and blood vessel disease. Initial tests can include an EKG, cardiac imaging test, and a treadmill or stationary bike exercise test. You may also have tests to measure your cholesterol and blood sugar levels. Education and support to make healthy lifestyle changes such as maintaining a healthy weight, maintaining heart-healthy eating, avoiding tobacco and environmental smoke. You will be instructed on how to begin and maintain your personalized exercise plan that works for you and how to monitor and take better control of your blood pressure, your lipids and cholesterol, your diabetes. You may also receive psychological stress assessment and counseling, an opportunity to meet and share stories with other patients like you, improved communication with your doctor and other healthcare providers about your progress following your cardiac event. Baptist Golden Triangle offers a Phase 1, 2, and 3 certified cardiac rehab program to help you in your recovery from a cardiac event. Tonight, we have addressed what a cardiac rehab program has to offer. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist when we discuss the benefits of cardiac rehab.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle.
The Rebels are trying to stay alive in the SEC. Also, a possible NCAA tournament berth is at stake. They'd have to survive Alabama first. That's next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel.
Ole Miss fighting to stay in the top 5 of the SEC with 2 games left in the regular season, including a trip to T-Town. Andy Kennedy and the Rebels looking to get out of Tuscaloosa unscathed, taking on the Crimson Tide. Good start for the Rebels. Terrence Davis on the steal. He's going to go coast to coast for the nice finish there. The Rebels would take the early lead, but here comes Alabama, answers right back. Pass inside to Dazon Ingram, who dunks all over Sebastian Saiz. Yikes, tie ball game early on. Rebels get back out in transition. Saiz returns the favor. Nice dish. That's a dime from Cullen Neal, who feeds Sebastian Saiz for the finish. And then one more time, the big fella's going to drain the 3 ball. He'd finish a rebound shy of a double-double with 10 points. More from Ole Miss rolling in the first half. Brian Tyree here with the finish. But it'd be way too much Alabama. That defense locks Ole Miss to its lowest scoring output in over a month. The Tide rolls over Ole Miss 70-55. The Elite 8 in the Mississippi High School State Tournament officially tips off today. 22 of our area teams will compete for a title over the next 4 days. We'll start with 4A action. We're going to check out MHSAA. Here we go. Ripley taking on Florence. Florence got out quick in this one. Jalen Forbes leading the break. Nice finish there inside. Eagles up 2. Next possession, another turnover. Look out, folks. Here he comes, Forbes with authority. Puts 2 dudes on a poster. Florence on a 9-2 run to start, but Ripley not phased. Tigers feed the post. Monte Cox inside. Ripley retakes the lead 12-11. A 10-2 run. Ripley's on fire, not done yet. Iverson Smith off the offensive board. He's going to finish the bucket there. Ripley led 17-16 after 1, and the Tigers going to take down Florence 70-59. Tigers are heading to the Final 4. We'll stay in 4A. Shannon facing off against Macomb, the Red Raiders. It was the CJ Brim show. Here he's going to drain 1 triple, and if that wasn't enough, CJ's going to drain another one. 2 for 2 on threes there. CJ had 16 first half points. Tie ball game after 1. Second quarter we go. A little defense leads to offense. Jakirian Dilworth with the strip. That's going to give Rance Champ. That's a championship name right there. Good finish with the hoop and the arm from Rance. Shannon up 3 at halftime. Second half we go. Red Raiders running away with a give and go from Champ to Brim. Basket plus the foul. Red Raiders dance their way to the 4A boys semifinal. 64-50 win over Macomb. Battle of point guards at the 1A level. West Lowndes CJ Smith faced off against defending 1A state champ Ashland and DeAnthony Tipler. It was Smith that hit first. Had a heck of a ball game down in Jackson. Drains the 3 ball there off the pass. Smith would have 30 points in this one. Ashland would respond though. Tipler, great distributor here. Look at this dime to Rodriguez Reeves for 2. Blue Devils led by 2 at halftime. West Lowndes putting on the pressure with some great passing here. Nice dish. Another nice dish inside. It's Jalen Brewer for 2. Panthers led by 6 after 3. Will the defending state champs make the big play when you have to? This is Tipler, 1 more for the hoop and the harm. Ashland survives a phenomenal effort from West Lowndes and goes on to survive 71-67. Some sad news today from this weekend. Columbus native and longtime West Lowndes head coach Felix Wicks passed away this past Sunday. Wicks starred at Columbus High as a Falcon before going on to play football for Mississippi Valley State, where he is inducted in the Delta Devils Hall of Fame. Wicks spent 20 years as head football coach of the Panthers. The service for Wicks will be this Saturday at 11 a.m. at West Lowndes High School. He was 68 years old. And that'll do it for your sports. We'll have a last look at your forecast coming up after the break.
Man, we're ready for the weekend around here. Saturday, 63, Sunday, 66. Lots of sunshine. It's going to be quite seasonable for what we expect this time of year. And really, we get a couple days of sunshine in there. Next week, then, some storms coming in. But this is going to go back to a lamb. We might get that March line to come back on Monday, but we'll just have to wait and see on that.
Yeah, we've had some warmer weather to start the week. Cooler, though, to end the week. But like you said, weekend looks really nice.
It really does. So we want to get outside, perhaps go to some baseball games or take a walk somewhere. I mean, just get outside and enjoy this.
We have all this rough weather behind us.
That's right, we do. So that's the great thing. Just great weather ahead.
Yeah. All right, Jacob, thank you very much. That's all for us. Late Show with Stephen Colbert is coming up next. Have a good night.